Okay, so we have it all put together dry, and now we want to glue it together. And to glue it together, I'm going to have to put glue on this and slide these centering rings into the right place. And I want to always slide them up towards the top. It makes them a little stronger. And when I'm done with this, what I want to have is I want to have where that 12 millimeter mark is right there. I want the bottom of this centering ring to be there. And I want the top of the centering ring to be right about where the engine clip ends, where it ends right there. It doesn't matter if it's exactly there, but about right there. So I'm going to slide both of these down below where I want them to go. See, there's the mark, so it's below that. And I'm going to slide this one also below where I want it to go. And then I'm going to take this ring out of the end because I'm going to glue it in and last. All right, and now I have these rings below where they want to go, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue right along here all the way around the tube. I'm going to put glue right along here all the way along the tube, and then I'll slide these up over the glue. Okay, so let's do one at a time, and I'll start with the bottom one. So take your glue, make sure that the end of it is not clogged up. Now, people usually use too much glue for these things. It doesn't take a lot of glue. I always like to put an extra piece of paper here. So I'm just going to take that, I'm going to put a little bit of glue right along the outside edge of that. You can actually smear it with your finger if you want. This glue doesn't hurt your fingers. You don't want to do that with the plastic cement or with the CA glue. All right, and then you just want to slide that up until you see that little mark that you made at 12 millimeters below there. Okay, so now you can see I've slid that up. It's right on my 12 millimeter mark. And then I have this big blob of glue around the outside. So what you can do is take your finger and you can actually, don't take all the glue off. You just want to smooth that out until, we call this a fillet. It's a little round, concave glue line there, and that makes this really, really strong. It's the fillet that makes it extra strong. You should have a couple paper towels around. You can just wipe that glue off your finger on a paper towel. All right, and I'm just going to do the same thing up here for the top one. Put a little glue right here, all the way around. There we go. I've got glue all the way around. And now I'm just going to slide this one up until it comes almost to the top of the yeah, see, that's pretty good right there. Now before this sets, pull your shock cord so that knot's up against the edge, and then take this top part, smooth that out into a nice fillet. Clean your finger off. Now I want to glue this shock cord down along the edge of the bottom here, so it just makes it stronger. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another fillet here along the bottom. So I'm going to add some glue along the bottom edge. All right, and then I'm going to take this shock cord and I'm going to put it into the fillet so that's all the way around. And then make sure you get glue all over that knot. Now I've got some extra glue in here, so I'm going to wipe it off. I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger. Wipe it on here. Now I've gotten a little bit of glue on the outside of these rings. You want to be sure to get that glue off. So if you do have any glue, if you did get any glue on the rings themselves, just wipe them off with a towel. You don't need to get it all off. You just don't want any bumps of glue on there because it won't fit in the body tube very well if it's got bumps of glue on it. Okay. There we go. I've got my two rings glued on here. I've got my shock cord pulled all the way up, and I've got the shock cord glued down there. The very last thing I need to do is to glue the engine block in the back. To do that, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue inside this. So again, you don't need too much. I'm just going to put it right near the end because it's going to get pushed inside by And so I've got to make sure it's all the way around. So it's not quite all the way around. So I'm going to stick my little finger in there so I can smooth it all the way around. Make sure there's glue all the way around it. So I don't know if you can see it, but I've got glue all the way around now. And I'm just going to push this in there right there. And it should fit right up snug with the end. All right, I've got my motor mount all done. All right, my 2 centering rings on the outside, got my engine clip. I have my shock cord glued down against the edge, and I got my thrust block or my motor block in the back. And you can just set that aside to dry, and we'll move on to the next thing.